there's too many people again assuming that because Eve Miles was spotted in Cardiff, that she's, there's someone, misinterpreting the data. She doesn't have anything to do with the Doctor Who spinoff, sadly. War Between the Land and the Sea. She's there filming a series, I think, or some kind of thing. It's called The Guest. Heck, Simon Pegg is filming in Cardiff right now for another thing. There's always a lot of stuff going on in that, during. Is there a season where it's not rainy in Cardiff? But okay, so don't go hog wild, don't go crazy. It's just like when Sophia Miles went to Spain back when they were filming, which we got the Magician's Apprentice, all that stuff. And she was landing in an airport in a city on the opposite side of the country where they were filming. And yet, everybody was assuming that Moffat and her were in some kind of top secret code to get her to film this, yada, bang, and it turns out it was nothing. It's like, so don't go hog wild because you've got all these familiar names in Cardiff at the moment. It just means, there's a lot of things going on in Cardiff right now, and they're not all, the spin-off related. As much as anyone would love to have a Torchwood revival, there's nothing on the horizon regarding it. There's been a lot of rumors. People were hopeful now that RTD was back in the driver's seat that he might revive Torchwood. Me personally, they could have easily revived Sarah Jane Adventures, just call it Bannerman Road or something along that line. And I don't know. It's just I know they got that one thing coming out, Transformers, Origins or whatever. I don't like it when other people rewrite origin stories. I've caught myself doing it though, but still. Because back when we were doing we had that big never-ending story thing going on Yahoo Groups. I did an origin story for a character that took place all the way back, just like at the time they were celebrating the first century of the revolution against, the Quintessons, and started there. But I've really kind of fell back on that, as far as the big, Michael Bay type movies. It's not that I have anything against the British, but Hot Rod was now British, and it's not like, it's just a completely different character. Not the Hot Rod that, we all know, us oldies. We were so glad they kept Optimus Prime pretty much the same, and some of the others. Bumblebee, I like the way they did his character, though. Yeah, it's just sometimes we see names pop up in the news, and they just happen to be in the area where, some type of filming's going on, and everybody assumes it's part of some top secret conspiracy to have their character come back on Doctor Who or the current spinoff being filmed. And that's not what's going on. I can't enjoy. Why would the Angels want Manhattan? Nobody wants to be in Manhattan. It's like, and now you've got the Statue of Liberty Angel just strolling around a city where there's had a population of 5 million at the time, but nobody sees it. And then you have the 5 or 6, endings where one would have sufficed Ramey Pond and Rory, and especially that dumbass scene at the end, which, they didn't really need. I know somebody was going on about that, about they picked a 59-year-old to play Hal Jordan and the new Lantern thing. It could be because we're dealing with the other Lanterns that came after him or something. I don't know. I was never a big, the most I knew about Green Lantern was like he was in the animated series, the different movies and cartoons and such. And trust me, after that movie with Ryan Reynolds, I didn't care. Okay, Whoopi Goldberg is an actress. She was a good actress. Enjoyed the many roles she's played. Whoopi Goldberg as an activist? No. Exactly, that's the thing. Yeah, they did the walking Statue of Liberty thing in Ghostbusters 2. And the saddest part about Ghostbusters 2, it wasn't a rotten movie. I enjoy it. It's just, look at when they decided to release it. Batman was still playing in one. When I went to see Ghostbusters 2, you had Batman playing in one theater. The other theater, there was I think they had 3 screens at this place. It wasn't huge. And the other screen was showing Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. And then, of course, there was Ghostbusters 2. And I got to watch Ghostbusters 2 with an astounding crowd of, including me, 6 people. Okay, favorite Batman film, because I liked the Burton ones before Schumacher stepped in, and of course they ruined the franchise because they wanted it to be more cartoony. Then you had the oh crap, now my brain's blanking. The ones with the Nolan ones. I like those, especially Heath Ledger as the Joker. I thought that was at first I thought they've got to be crazy, and then I thought, okay, I remember when I was shaking my head when they announced Keaton was going to be Batman back in 89, 88, 89, and I'm like, so I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Turns out he was pretty good. All right. So one more time before we get out of here, Eve Miles is in Cardiff, but she's working on something called The Guest. It's a whole different thing. It has nothing to do with Doctor Who. Like I said, Simon Pegg's in Cardiff right now working on something, but it's not Doctor Who. It's, as much as I'd like to see Torchwood come back, the way they effed over John Barrowman for allegedly, for something he'd already apologized and made amends for, yet, Noel Clarke, somehow survives that whole burn. No, because there's other cast members that were announced. It's not a code or anything. It's for, like I said, I'd love to see, Gwen Cooper come back, but I don't think it's going to happen. At least not, I think they've done it on Big Finish Audio, but yep. She was in Broadchurch. Jodie Whittaker was in Broadchurch, and David Tennant. The whole. A lot of people were in Broadchurch. It could be, like I said. He does surprise us every now and then. RTD with stuff we didn't expect. Yeah, because Joe Grant was around at that time when the Silurians first appeared, and the Sea Devils and all that. Well, actually, she was one of the Sea Devils. Silurians was actually. Oh, great! Now I can't remember. Oh well, I haven't watched it in so long. Yeah, it's going to be mainly revolving around the Sea Devils. You're right. Liz Shaw was Silurians. Thank you. It's just been a long time since I've watched the Silurians. I'm going to have to do it again soon. Just as long as they don't do those Sea Devils like they did in Warriors of the Deep. Oh, God. And it's Salvix and his Sea Devil Elite Warriors that I can outwalk. And that's pretty bad. Here come the Sea Devils. Are they catching up yet? Or the Merca. Oh. In Ingrid Pitt's famous karate scene with the Merca. Oh my goodness gracious. Which question? I'm sorry, I must have missed it. Oh, all right, now I remember. Yeah, it's awesome. Well, I got to get going, folks. So take care of yourselves. Be kind, be calm, be safe. Enjoy your Wednesday. Catch y'all later. See you on the flip side, everybody.